Well, and I said, in Brian, I don't know if you guys saw the last game. Atlanta shot like 17% from the three. And I'm sitting there half dead with the sinus infection. I go, you're never going to win games shooting 17%. So right now they're out rebounding Boston. They're keeping up with them. They're shooting better than Boston, I think, from downtown. So if Boston, if they can turn it over, and the thing with Atlanta is they don't know how to capitalize off turnovers, game after game after game after game. I'm sorry, Hauser. I love you to death, and I have nothing against the Hawks, but I did take the Hawks plus 10.5. I have the Celtics in 4. Listen, you know what? I wouldn't even say they don't have identity. I just think, I mean, you look at the Knicks a couple of years ago, right? You look when they drafted RJ Barrett, and we're like, is he going to be a good pick? You know, there's nobody really around him. And then they signed Julius Randle to that huge contract, and he has lived up to that contract. I mean, he has been balling out. Right. He can grab rebounds. He can shoot. He can can score. He can protect to the rim. He can fight down low. Like, that's what Julius Randle does. You provide him with the Jalen Brunson, who can score from. He's really a 3-level scorer, honestly. I love Jalen Brunson. I mean, he's not like the fittest guy in the league, but you have them two together, and then, you know, they got guys like Josh Hart and like I said, Barrett. I mean, this team is sneaky, man. I don't really even think the Knicks have that like superstar like identity. I think these guys are just coming together and playing ball, just like the Cavaliers. I mean, Donovan Mitchell's been playing very well. He's had how many 60+ games this season. But they have a lot of talent over there, like Darius Garland, Mobley, you know, Mitchell. I mean, it's insane. LeVert, Allen. I mean, I think the difference here is who can get rebounds, who can make their shots. If you can't get rebounds, you're never going to win a game. So real quick, let's go down the line, guys. I want to ask you pretty much every scenario, guys. If we can put up a poll for every situation, I would love that. So I have Celtics in 4. I have them beating the Atlanta Hawks in 4. I just think they're too much for the Atlanta Hawks. They have chemistry. They've been in the playoffs together. I don't even see Atlanta taking a game here. Who do you guys have?
Really interesting.
Moving on, we have the Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is tough. By the way, Marcus Smart, another basket. Boston Celtics up by 20, 79-59. You know, I like the Knicks. I like what they've done. I think I've had this done in a TikTok. I'm going to take the Cavs in 7. I'm going to take them in 7. I like the Knicks. Like I said, I love Jalen Brunson. I love Julius Randle. I love what they got going on there. I'm not a big fan of Thibodeau. I'm not going to lie. But I'm also a big fan, guys. This is the first time the Cavaliers have been in playoff basketball without LeBron since what year? I mean, I have Cleveland going here. They may not be as strong in the paint, but if they can get, you know, Allen involved down there and get their front court going and their back court, I have faith in Cleveland in 7.
I think it's Celtics. Cleveland in 6 or 7.
Okay.
I just think that it's so tough because the Knicks finished 47-35, but there were so many games where they just didn't close it out that I think that they're not good at closing out games. Right. But in this situation with being the playoffs and Brunson and Barrett and them and Randall are kind of stepping up.
Right.
I see them pushing this at least to 6, if not 7, where, you know,
I would say 6 or 7
goes either way.
Right.
You know, this is one of those matchups where you just watch it to enjoy because it's going to either go 6 or 7.
Right.
They're fairly evenly matched, I would say. You know, I'm not going to say that there's not anything a crazy disparity, but
yeah. Brian, what do you got?
It's been 84 years.
Hi, Joe. It definitely has been 84 years. That's how I feel about the Knicks and the Cavs.
I'm going to say Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6, okay.
Yeah.
Bet. All right, moving on to Clippers, Suns. I'm going to pick the Suns in 6. I don't think they're going to sweep. I mean, obviously, Clippers already got a game. They may get one more, but like I said, they have... These guys have been together for a while. We've seen them be a very good team. Plus, you add Kevin Durant. They have some of the best mid-range shooters, guys that can handle the ball, veteran presence in Chris Paul, especially against this old team I love Booker. I love everything about the Suns, even before Kevin Durant. I've always been hot on them. I think without Paul George, I don't think they get it done. Go Ioni!
Yeah, I mean, again, this is one of those things where, is this a Sun team that's going to underperform again? Is this a Sun team that's going to step up and actually play?
Well, they got Durant now. He's a big difference maker. I mean,
right. So that's what I'm saying. So hopefully that is the guy that puts them over the top based off of how we saw them play last year.
Right.
So I think Kevin Durant takes them over the top. I think they win in 6, and then they go from there.
Brian?
I'm gonna say Phoenix in 6 as well.
Yeah. I just can't see them losing to Kawhi. But
yeah.
But you know what, Brian? You could really argue that Kawhi has a better team and more support now than when he did in Toronto. That's what's scary, though.
Oh no, definitely. That's 100%.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
that is 100%.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he's a much
support.
better team now. So I'm kind of like, you add Paul George in there, he might be back for the second series if they win. So
yeah.
Right, and that's, you know, it's been very difficult to navigate the NBA, you know, especially now in the postseason where, you know, we looked at it and we saw Westbrook actually step up and
I didn't think he did. I thought he played awful. I thought he struggled. I thought he was so out of place in that last game.
I mean, he stepped up at the right moment against Booker,
he did.
That's for sure.
Hi, Mackie. Mackie, how are you? Mackie, what's going on?
I think that's a team that's still, I think with them, is still trying to figure their identity after, you know, it might have been an X amount of games, but, you know, it takes longer than a handful of games, 20, 30 games to really get to chemistry. So
right. I mean, even look at Terrence Mann or Powell or like people that like that could surround Kawhi. I don't think they have much of an upgrade at the point guard position. You know, getting rid of John Wall, I'd probably rather have him over Westbrook right now. But you know, man, it's gonna be tough. No, Westbrook never looks in place. Mackie, how are you? Who do you got tonight? All right, moving on tomorrow. We have the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. John Morant, I know he hurt his hand. I don't know if he's back. I said it since the beginning. I love what the Lakers are doing. I hate to say it. They're a rival of ours. You know, LeBron James doesn't even have to do anything. Hachimura had the game of his life. You got AD. You got the surrounding cast. Right. Austin Reeves. I'm taking Lakers in 6.
So the latest news is that Morant has aggravated his tissue. So
his what? His what?
So I'm reading that he aggravated the tissue, which means
on his hand.
It's gonna be painful regardless, no matter how long the series goes. So,
I think even with him playing, I don't think they really had a chance. They lost Adams and they lost their inside presence.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like with his hand, I just think that he's not going to be comfortable.
Right,
like he might score, he might be okay, but he's not going to be explosive. He's not going to be the same guy. Like that, having a tissue injury in your hand, is very painful.
Yes, very
when you're
painful.
Point guard, shooting guard, you're with the ball a lot, you know.
Yep.
So I don't see them.
I agree.
See them making it very far. So I got Lakers.
You got the Lakers in 6 or 7 or 5 or 4 and 6. Okay. Cornell, thank you for the 4 months. How are you? Thank you, guys. What'd you say?
I said, I mean, it might steal a couple, so I'll give him I'll give him some credit.
Yeah, Brian, what do you got?
Lakers in 5.
Woo! I like it. Where's Rowdy? Yeah,
where's
I didn't think they really had a chance. I mean, Jaylen Brown with the alley. Oh, holy shit! Sorry. All right, next up, Milwaukee, Miami. Okay. Giannis hurt his lower back. Even with Giannis, they did not look into sync that last game, guys. Like Miami was hitting their shots. They were gelling. They all kind of came together. I'm kind of worried about this Bucks team because I think they got exposed. I'm not gonna lie. Even before Giannis went down, they were down. If Giannis can stay healthy, I'm gonna pick the Bucks, but I'm gonna say 6 or 7. I don't think Miami's gonna make them get off that. I don't. They already lead 1-0.
So, so here's what I'm gonna say. So, being somebody that's around back contusions, which is what he has.
Did you see the way he fell?
Yeah,
You could
and
hear
especially
that.
a big man falling like that. Yeah, that's not
Bucks
good.
and 7.
You really need to take care of him, because if he doesn't take care of the situation, that back is going to get
Oh
worse
yeah,
before it
yeah,
gets
yeah,
better.
yeah.
So I would honestly rest him, let him get a full day or two, because then I think they
Yep.
travel right before they, or is it? Are they doing 3 there too? Like I forget how the NBA
Next
does it.
game they are still in Milwaukee.
It's 2-2-1-1-1.
2-2-1-1.
That's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought.
By the way, Tyler Hero broke his hand, so that's a big loss to the Heat. I know he's been
huge loss.
He's been a little cold, but Tyler Hero's always been the guy to step up and shoot the threes and off ball. Like that's what he's known for. So that is a huge loss.
I think you rest him here. You're at home. You have him. You'll have the momentum. You'll have the home crowd. Feed off of it. It was one game.
Right.
Play your game. You'll be fine. Hero out for me.
Hi,
Breaking
Milwaukee.
his hand, he's out.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's done.
Yep.
But that is a bigger loss to Miami than Giannis going down for a game or two with a contusion. So
my only thing about Giannis going down is like their supporting cast. A lot of people say, well, Milwaukee has a bench. I didn't see Allen playing that well. You didn't see Crowder playing that well. They're looking up to Bobby Portis the entire game. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton had like these guys are putting up numbers, but they're not stepping up when it matters. And nobody was playing interior defense at all against Miami. And then he had guys like Duncan Robinson coming in and shooting threes. So, I mean, I think they definitely exposed Miami. Milwaukee. I still think Milwaukee's going to take it probably in 6 or 7 with Giannis back. But
yeah,
I do you guys think?
It's going to be Bucks. I think it's going to be Bucks in 6 or 7. It's going to be one of those series where it's because of the injuries that this series is going to be lengthened. But I do feel like once he's back and we see playoff groove Giannis, then everybody in Milwaukee can take a breath.
Yeah, and Milwaukee did. Right. I mean, Miami did shoot very well, and they're not a team that normally scores a lot of points. I believe they were last in the league in points, and I think now they lead the league in the playoffs in points. But Miami has a very good defense in Milwaukee. That's what people don't understand. As good as a defense Milwaukee has, so does Miami. They're a tough team. Jimmy Butler is called playoff, Jimmy Buckets for a reason. He wins them games. And Eric Spoelstra is a very, very good coach. So that's all that I'm saying.
Highsmith as well as like the big as like the forward there and Nikola Jovic as well.
Yeah.
Also like the forward there too. I mean, they're both very strong when it comes to blocking. When it comes to blocking shots and when it comes to getting the rebounds. So I think those are the two like the biggest things that like Miami right now, they continue staying healthy and they're playing, consecutively. Those two guys are going to be the biggest superstars there, and then on top of that, when you have Bam Adebayo as well, as another good shooter, alongside with Butler. I mean, you have a team that's that has good depth, and even Kyle Lowry as well.
I mean, he came out of nowhere and scored 33 points when I thought the man was hurt or like off the face of the earth. I was like, okay.
Exactly. And you also have Victor Oladipo as well. I mean, who's a fucking sleeper player.
Yeah. They do have guys that can definitely come out and ball out.
Yeah. I'm going to flip this on you guys, and I'm going to say Miami in 5.
I mean, hey, that's the best part about sports. You know what I mean? It could happen. I think without Tyler Hero, I don't think it's as doable.
Yeah, you're
Brian, I think Tyler Hero
3 isn't going to happen.
Yeah,
but honestly, I think Miami. I mean, what Spoelstra can do, and what he has done is as a great coach is that, if he loses one player, he knows how to maneuver around everything. So he knows how to rework everything.
Oh yeah.
So that's the best thing that he's done as a coach, when he was alongside Pat Riley as well, like back then before he was a head coach. I mean, that's the best thing that they have in common is that they've always worked around everything.
Hi, Mad Max.
So that's, I think honestly, Miami is going to be playing very strong, and they're going to get this series.
Yeah, it really shows. I mean, Giannis is very important to this team. I think the Bucks would be pretty terrible without him. Honestly, he's the heart and soul of this team, and it really shows why. But by the way, guys, at the end of the third, it's 90-81 Celtics over the Hawks. So we have a 9-point game. Okay, it's close. They've come back. They, outscored the Celtics 32-29 in the third. You better pick it up.
Cleveland's up 20. Yep. About to go to halftime.
Yep. So I guess I wanted to ask you guys, we can just kind of fly through these and really talk about them more and more as we get into depth. We have Minnesota and Denver, which in my opinion, I really don't, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sorry for all the Timberwolves fans. I don't know how this team made it in. I just do not understand it. I don't like the Rudy Gobert cat experiment. I mean, I love Mike Conley, but it's like, come on, man. Anthony Edwards, yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't see them taking one game against the Nuggets. Although I'm not going to lie to you guys. I also don't think the Nuggets, they have a very good team. They have Jokic, Michael Porter Jr. You got Jamal Murray there. You got Aaron Gordon. But besides that, those are your top guys.
Yeah. Right. Depth. Yeah. I mean, with them, and I was having this conversation with Scotty and Chris from Action Lab when we were watching the game.
Yeah.
And we were asking him about the depth, and he said, "Yeah."
Thank you for the rose backs.
But some of this,
how are you?
But I was looking at their bench, looking towards the end of the regular season.
Right.
And they had actually, I mean, because they were obviously resting guys and getting things ready for the playoffs. Minutes were skewed, but the guys that were playing were still doing a good job regardless of they were resting and playing. So I think Braun being there, I think that was a huge addition for them. My boy from Kansas.
What's up, Sloth? How are you?
I just think that this series is why it's a 1-8. It's gonna be a 4-game sweep.
Yeah.
I mean, down the road, is that gonna be an issue for Denver? Yes.
Yeah.
But right now, no. Because
I feel like the talent is so far apart. You got Jokic, and you can't stop the guy. I think he's going to be again another MVP, either him or Joel Embiid. But
I think
Sloth, I'm doing good. How are you?
I think the other thing about about like the depth of it. I'm looking at the depth chart for both the Nuggets and for Minnesota. Minnesota, they have 3 players that are day to day, and they have 3 players that are out. You have Jaden McDaniels who's out.
Yeah, well, he punched a wall after that last catastrophe at the end of the season, and I think broke his hand.
Yeah,
and that was a big loss for them, McDaniels.
Right.
Yeah, it was a big loss. I mean, and then when you look at the depth, like the depth chart for the Nuggets, I mean, Jokic, he's day to day, but we don't know when he's going to be healthy enough to go back into play.
Jokic, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
Jokic he's the best best player in the game. He's going to carry this team.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does play. I mean, he's going to play in game 2. If they get up big, that they just rest him.
Yeah, they might just rest him.
I think so too. I think it's best if they rest him. I mean, because once they play in Minnesota, I mean, once he's healthy enough to play in Minnesota for 3 and 4, then we can see a different side of Jokic. But at this moment right now, I'm saying Minnesota with the clean sweep. Words are hard. Clean sweep.
Okay. So, all right, my next question, because Sloth is a Warriors fan. Originally, I had Warriors in 7, which could still very much happen. But I don't know if you guys caught the game last night. Draymond Green, I'm going to be honest with you, get the fuck out of the league, man. Like, you were once like a part of this core team. I get that he's a defensive guy, but he's like he's stepping on people's chests, like just a problem guy, like doesn't contribute anything to this team. Jordan Poole's had injuries. I mean, I am very surprised because listen, guys, the Kings are the #1 offense in the entire NBA. You got Sabonis, you got De'Aaron Fox, you got Kevin Huerter. I mean, you have a great team. I love Mike Brown. I love what he's done with this team. However, the Golden State Warriors have the experience. You got the Splash Brothers, you got Tristan Thompson, I just don't understand how they're not closing out games. They're turning the ball over way too much. And the Kings are capitalizing. They make their shots. They're confident. Their fans are absolutely crazy in a good way. But Draymond Green, to me, is actually taking up bad space in this lineup. The Golden State Warriors need a solid 4. They need a stretch 4. I'm not a big fan of Kevin Looney at all, but they need a guy that can shoot. If Draymond Green, who could shoot in the past, if he can shoot 3-pointers, then this team would be a better team. But this Golden State Warriors team, guys, is a 3-pointer bust. I can't stand it.
Like I said,
what's up, Vixen? How are you?
When you and I talked about this matchup, you asked me. I said Sacramento is a fun pick.
It's an awesome pick. They're fun to watch.
Right. And Golden State would be the corporate pick. However,
very corporate.
Watching them play, like I said, I just feel like they're slower this year. I just feel like they've lost an edge. And, Sacramento's got a lot going for them. They're a young team. They're hot.
I love them. I love Sacramento.
They score. They do their shit. They do their due diligence. They play the game. Yeah, their defense isn't exactly great, so they could get. I mean,
neither team has great defense. They're both in the bottom 25-26%. So,
right.
By the way, 10-point game between the Celtics and the Hawks, 84-94.
I just don't see. I don't see this going to 7. I just don't.
Not after game 2. I think they solidified it, and they're close games. It's not like they're being blown out. It's just the Warriors throwing the ball over way too much.
Yeah.
Right.
Way too much.
Yeah, I think I mean, both of you guys have mentioned really good points about like Sacramento. I mean, yeah, Sacramento is a very young team.
Come on, Trae Young, you got to make those free throws now.
Like, they're not experienced, and yes, Golden State does have the experience, but I think after seeing these 2 games,
I think their dynasty is over. Yeah.
I think they're done. They're done in 5. I mean,
they could be done in 4.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't put the safest option would say 5, because they may be able to pull off at home. Win at home.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do agree. Draymond Green at this point right now, he's like a cancer to this team.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that,
and he's not being suspended or anything for what he did to Sabonis. I was like, really? You stomped on the guy. What's up, Vixen? 22 points, 22 turnovers they had in game 2. But I would not be surprised if the Kings probably grab it in 5 here.
Yeah.
So Doc, you said you had Kings in
maybe 6.
Kings, and Brian, you had Kings in
5.
In 5. I mean, I wouldn't deny it. By the way, guys, Celtics are up by 11, 91-101. I'm sorry, they're up by 10. Sorry. So this game is closer than you think. Kings in 5, yeah. And then obviously, guys, the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm not gonna lie. Kings and Lakers. Oh my God, can you imagine? The Brooklyn Nets have a very good team, very young team. Spencer Dinwiddie's playing very good. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. They are the team of the future. However, Kyrie Irving kind of set them up, and Kevin Durant set them up for success. I think they have no business being in the playoffs. Philly is going to shoot them out in 4. But kudos to Brooklyn Nets. I mean, they hung in there the last game, It was only a 12-point game, 84-96.
Right.
I just honestly, I want to get your guys' opinion. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Boston fan. I genuinely don't know how Philadelphia is going to survive against some of the top teams in the West. Yes, you have Maxey, who carried the team last game. Yes, you have Joel Embiid, who's probably going to be the next MVP again. You have Tobias Harris. They got PJ Tucker for a reason.
Archaic system.
But honestly, I don't have a lot of faith in the 76ers bench. There's not a whole lot of guys. I think they're going to get gas. What do you guys think?
I just think that Mikal Bridges doesn't have enough help. I just think that there's too much talent in Philly, and the Nets are just a little bit depleted.
Hi, Abby. Abby, how are you?
I just
What's
think
up, Abby?
that they just, Embiid is 33.1 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Like, the dude's just on another level right now. That team's on another level right now.
It is, but look at the way James Harden played. He was awful.
Right.
His step back threes can only be so predictable, Doc.
Right.
Abby, I'm feeling a little better. I just want to let you know you really made me laugh last night.
Oh, hi, Abby.
I
Hello
really
there.
was. Guys, I was not feeling well last night at all. And I really needed that laugh. I'm not going to lie.
She was going off.
The square. Oh my God. I was dying, dude. I'm looking at my nails and I'm like, square around. Like the whole time. Abby, what's going on? So guys, give us your opinion. What do you think? You know, Nets of Brooklyn, or what do you think about Nets of Brooklyn? Brooklyn or the 76ers? What do you think about 76ers as a team?
I mean, last game, the big three showed out. So, you know,
and that's all they had.
Embiid, and Maxey.
PJ Tucker had 0 points.
Right.
Granted, he's a defensive guy. 0 points, Doc. 0.
Yeah,
this team is in trouble. I'm telling you right now.
Well, I will say that. Yes, they have their flaws, but the fact that Harden went 3 of 13 and went 2 of 8 from 3 shows. I'm
not scared of this team.
I don't think he's washed. I just think he's forcing a lot because
that's what he's always done.
Him and Embiid had combined 13 turnovers. And Embiid had 8. So you do that against anybody else, especially in their side of the bracket there in that conference, they're gonna get smoked.
Sixers
they had 20 turnovers and still won by 12 against Brooklyn.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was a low-scoring affair. PJ Tucker, apparently they do better when he doesn't score. I wouldn't say that PJ Tucker had the best defensive presence on this game. 0 steals, 0 blocks. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, Brian and Doc. If Tyrese Maxey didn't have 33 points, I mean, I think this team is in trouble. I'm going to say it right now. They have absolutely almost 0 depth.
Well, the fact that Embiid only took 11 shots and Maxey took 23, that's the problem in itself. Although Maxey can be that guy.
He can be that guy. He showed it last year. He can absolutely be that guy.
But Embiid needs to have more than 11 shots.
Right.
11 attempts in a game.
Yeah.
You know, he did make his free throws. So, you know, they did find something that worked. You know, attack the basket.
Yeah.
You know, he did have 19 rebounds.
Yep.
7 assists, but he had 8 turnovers. So it kind of negates a lot of what he did.
Yeah.
But I think that Philadelphia can be very good. They can also be very bad. So right now, they got away with, and I think, Joe, you would admit to this, like 20 turnovers in a game, you should lose.
Right.
And they won by 12. So that just tells you, like, I just think this is obviously going to be not easy, but probably the best that Philadelphia is going to look in the beginning of a series. So I got Philly easily, but it's not pretty.